Hi, my name's Rob, and I have a problem some of you might be familiar with. I have a girlfriend who likes to spend all of my money. I've tried everything. I canceled all my cards, I reset all my pins and passwords, I even made sure to hide everything that had to do with my money under a loose floorboard in my attic. But somehow, Jess would always find a way to get into my stash of cash. And most of the time, she didn't even have to steal from me. She would just ask, and like an eager puppy craving for her approval, I would give her anything she wanted. If it wasn't a sick sister or an ailing mother, she would tell me she needed to send money to her family because their house got ruined by a cyclone. And sure, some of her stories got a bit outlandish. Like that one time she said her dad was taken by the mob because he wouldn't give them his secret donut recipe, and now she needed to send them ransom money. Wow, they only asked for $1,000? Pretty considerate for being mobsters, aren't they? Oh, shut up and just give me the money, Rob! Or do you want my dad to be in mortal danger? Later that week, I saw Jess sporting a new bracelet and a pair of limited edition sneakers. Coincidence? I didn't think so. But I let her have it even though I have to work double shifts for the next 2 months. Okay. You might think I'm a massive loser for being such a simp. But what can I do? I love Jess. I was some dork who got lucky, and I wanted to keep her, no matter what it cost. One day, she stopped me when we were walking downtown. Her eyes lit up and she began batting her eyelids at me. Please, pretty please, Rob! Please, what? Jess pointed with her lips at the shop store right in front of us, and I knew exactly what they meant. Jess always wanted the most expensive item in any shop. In the middle of that jewelry shop's display window was a pearl necklace. It didn't help my case that the necklace was made to look like it was floating on clouds, surrounded by cherubs wearing all kinds of gold and silver chains. I knew Jess was going to stop at nothing to get that necklace, and I resigned to just get it for her so I could avoid trouble. But when we looked at the price tag, I knew it was going to be impossible. I made less than that amount in half a year. Baby, I'm sorry. I can't afford it. I knew you'd say that. You're such a loser. You're so poor. I don't know why I'm even with you. I deserve better. And there they were, the magic words. So, like a fool, I sold my collector's edition trading cards and I took out a personal loan that was going to wreak havoc on my credit score. In a matter of 3 days, I went home, put a blindfold on Jess, and surprised her with the pearl necklace. Oh my God. I never thought you would do this for me. I'm so very happy. Rob, I love you so much. How could I ever leave you now? I was on cloud 9. Finally, I did something right. But that night, I overheard Jess talking to someone on the phone. And it didn't sound like a conversation between just friends. So I tailed her. She was wearing a form-fitting dress, high heels, and the pearl necklace I got her. She had her hair and makeup done. And then I saw why. I immediately ran to Jess and the guy whose hand she was holding. What's this? Jess didn't even flinch. I'm going on a date with a DJ. What else do you think this is? But I'm your boyfriend. The lady says she's going on a date with me. You should respect that. And you should mind your own business! Whatever, Rob. Go away. Can't you see you're embarrassing me? Yeah, bro. Just leave. Just shut up, bro! What are you gonna do? Flip a burger to scare me? Oh, and what are you gonna do? Play your stupid doof-doof music really loud until someone convinces you you're hot, when in fact, they just want to be with you for the freebies? I must have hit a nerve, because the club DJ's eyes began to well up, and Jess pushed me. She walked up to her car, opened the boot, and pulled out the painting I made for her birthday. She started tearing it apart, shouting that my art was horrible and I was never going to be anybody. Just go! You're too poor for me. You can't afford my lifestyle. Go back to your crappy, low-income life. Yeah, go back to mommy's basement, loser. In one stroke, I was in deep debt, single, and an internet meme, thanks to all those onlookers outside the club. But before I left the scene, a guy handed me his card. He was an art dealer, and he got my details and asked to look at my online portfolio, which I gave. I never thought anything of it, but when I woke up the next morning, I got an email with an offer for one of my paintings. When I saw the amount, I nearly fainted. The guy wanted to pay $100,000 for my painting. The guy signed me up for an art exhibition where all of LA's socialites were going to gather. The top people in art were going to be there, and I was determined to make an impression. I may have lost a lot, but thanks to that, my life was now at a turning point. But when the time came to present my art, I choked. I stuttered. People started to laugh at me. Some lady at the back heckled me. Get this clown off the stage! Bring out the real artists! I stumbled off the stage, embarrassed. And just as I was about to apologize to the guy who brought me there, I heard him denying that he was in any way affiliated with me. And then I received a notification saying that the transfer of the $100,000 was canceled. Everything was going wrong. Humiliated, I gathered all my stuff and left the exhibition. I sat outside Hollywood Boulevard, not knowing what to do. But then, I had an idea. I wasn't going to leave there without having accomplished anything. So I started hawking my paintings. Right there, on the street. This time, people didn't make fun of me. A small crowd began to gather, and then some lady in a limo rolled down her windows and talked to me. I've been where you are before. Made fun of, ridiculed. I know how pretentious those so-called artists are. If you want revenge, hop in. Catherine let me live in her penthouse indefinitely. She gave me everything I needed. She became my patron and sponsor. I got to live in a penthouse with a 360-degree view of the city. And all I needed to do was paint. Every day and every night, I poured myself into my work. And every weekend, the actresses, the models, the socialites would come. Every high-ranking lady in the state came to see my exclusive, secret art exhibitions, and they all loved my work. Suddenly, from being a broke burger flipper, I was the toast of the town. And from being single, I went to having several women running after me, each one wanting to be my girlfriend. I only had eyes for Catherine, though. She was the one who truly believed in me and changed my life. So one evening, I took her out with the intention of proposing to her. As I went down on my knees, someone came barging into the restaurant. Stop! Get up right now! It was Jess, and she was very, very pregnant. Her dress was about to burst. I'm pregnant, and it's yours! Several women gasped, and I saw that all my other admirers were there. They had been following me and Catherine. Catherine slapped me, and so did all the other women I was seeing. They were so convinced that Jess was telling the truth that they all dumped me on the spot. My heart was broken. I was forced to welcome Jess back into my life. After all, she was having my baby. She moved into my new apartment. She inserted herself into my bank account, demanding we open a joint one, and she was back to spending my money like it was hers again. My reputation as an artist was tarnished from the scandal, so now I was barely making half of what I used to for my paintings. I noticed Jess would regularly disappear on Wednesdays without explanation, so one day I decided I would follow her. I was shocked at what I saw. Jess had been going back to that very same bar where she dumped me. It was closed now and was abandoned, but inside, some guy was living in a makeshift tent. It was that DJ she left me for. He was homeless, and he was holding my baby. Only, It wasn't my daughter after all. It was his, and she was using my money to support him. I lost my temper and I stormed in. Jess panicked. No, it's not what it looks like, baby. No, please. Okay, she's not your daughter, but take me. Take me. I'll do whatever it takes to not be poor again. What about me? I don't care about beggars. I thought about it. I'll make you a deal. I'm in. Whatever it is. No backsies? I'm in! If you say so. I made Jess give me her baby. I knew she wasn't fit to be a parent. Neither was that DJ. As part of the deal, she would work as my maid in perpetuity. And she would be Catherine's maid too. And the maid of all my other girlfriends. Catherine and I raised the baby. We named her Mary. And she was raised by my other girlfriends too. She eventually grew up to be a fine lady and one of the best actresses in Hollywood. One day, my girlfriends and Catherine all surprised me for my birthday. They all proposed. And so that very same day, me and my 10 celebrity girlfriends got married and became one huge, happy family.